It's time to change the game with SectorSurfer. We're about investment strategies to ride sector waves. If you'd like to own the trend leaders, avoid the next bear market, and simplify investing so you can have a life, then follow me. Briefly, here's why SectorSurfer is important. In the end, it's all about risk and return. This is a typical SectorSurfer strategy composed of a dozen basic spider sector ETFs, such as healthcare, technology, consumer discretionary, and 9 others. It is the job of SectorSurfer's algorithm to determine which one, and only one of these, is the trend leader and should be owned next month. On the big chart, all of the candidate ETFs are plotted in their respective color, and the strategy performance plotted in yellow. If we clear away all of the sector ETFs, we can better contrast the strategy performance to the S&P 500 market index in white. Better yet, we can paint the strategy performance in colors designated to which of the ETFs were held at that time. The periods of time when the performance curve is white indicates periods when SectorSurfer's StormGuard algorithm determined the market was no longer safe for ETFs and automatically switched over to a bear market strategy that seeks safe harbor in the best performing bonds, treasuries, or the like. Considering the improvement in returns, 24% versus 6.2%, and the outstanding improvement in safety as measured by the Sharpe ratio, 1.6 versus 0.2, isn't it time to change the game? Next, I'll show you why SectorSurfer works and that it is really easy to use. Briefly, in 1993, Jagadish and Tietman's seminal academic paper first demonstrated that momentum exists in market data. By 2008, even Nobel laureate Eugene Fama and Kenneth French confirmed that momentum existed in market data. So momentum is real. It's where something in the recent past tells us something about the near future. But still, the momentum signal must be extracted from noisy market data. Claude Shannon of Bell Labs proved in 1948 that it is the signal-to-noise ratio that controls the probability of making the right decision. Seeing even a little bit of the road ahead changes everything. Reducing noise to reveal the signal is job one for SectorSurfer. Nobel Prize winner John Van Vleck proved in 1946 that there was a method to design a filter that produced optimum signal-to-noise ratio. It turns out that the 12-month simple moving average, primarily used even today by academics and the industry, is nowhere near the optimum design. It's as efficient as driving a Model T Ford down a fast interstate highway. The optimum shape for fast cars and momentum filters is not a box. With all of that in mind, how do you play to win? It's called sector rotation. This is a plot of sector trends over a 10-year period with the S&P 500 plotted in white. You might note it is always in the middle. By definition, at any given time, about half of the sectors will beat the S&P 500 and the other half will be sucking dust. If you want to play to win, then you must own only the trend leader. Here's the chart for a simple sector rotation strategy using this set of ETFs. While sector rotation trumps the S&P 500 market average, clearly more must be done. Sector rotation is susceptible to the ravages of a bear market. And it's true, the bear wants your money. It took some before, and you can count on it coming back for more. To play to win, we must avoid bear markets. This is the S&P 500 over 23 years. The bear market suffered about a 60% loss each of the last 2 times. Let's see what can be done about that. If we employ the well-known death cross to get us out of the market and into cash, it looks like this. The death cross is defined as the 50-day moving average crossing below the 200-day moving average. It's not too bad. It took a significant amount of risk out and slightly improved returns. If we employ StormGuard Armor to get us out of the market and into cash, it looks like this. StormGuard Armor determines market safety using 3 market measures: trend, volume, and new highs, new lows. It measurably further reduced risk and improved returns. Best of all is to employ StormGuard Armor with an integrated bear market strategy, which automatically identifies safe harbor bond and treasury funds that can produce positive returns during a bear market. The improvement for including StormGuard Armor and an integrated bear market strategy is dramatic. on their risk-return charts, their Sharpe ratios, and their equity curves. Now that's something to write home to mom about. Using SectorSurfer is easy. Let's look at a simple strategy on the My Strategies page where all the action is. Each strategy has a name and a set of up to 12 ticker symbols, which are yours to edit. This strategy contains a set of Fidelity sector funds. It's SectorSurfer's job to determine which one, and only one of these funds, should be owned next month. Click the chart icon to see the analysis. On the main chart, the S&P 500 is plotted in white and the strategy equity curve is plotted in yellow. The risk-reward performance of the strategy has very nicely moved up and to the left. True sector rotation means owning only the trend leader at any time. To change a strategy fund, simply click one of its 12 ticker symbol locations. Use the text box to enter search terms and select the fund of interest. Then click the Use Selected button in the lower right. Instantly, you will see the new fund is added to the strategy. Its charts and spreadsheets are instantly updated. It's not necessary to figure out how to design a great strategy. There are many you can select and import simply by clicking the blue S icon. Let's click it. Here you can search for a strategy you like. I'll select this new Merlin Bonsai strategy. Then click the Use Selected button to import it. When it is loaded, it indicates to buy HYG. Clicking the chart icon will show us the strategy's chart. The Bonsai strategy is plotted against AGG, the Aggregate Bond Fund. It looks like Merlin AI did a fine job, more than doubling the return without changing the risk. How easy was that to get a Merlin AI strategy working for you? Please explore deeper with Conquering the 7 Faces of Risk. See how these engineers, scientists, and professors laid the foundation that forever changed the art and science of momentum investing. It's time to change the game. Grab a strategy and let's catch a wave.